quality materials, and many of the tools and hardware you need to get the job done. At Yendel's, they take pride in supplying their customers with new and innovative products. Yendel's experience in truss design, manufacturing, and component materials is second to none. 834 North Magnolia Avenue in Ocala, 732-3000. Stop by to experience the difference.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
Two Men in a Truck.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
And now read Ocala Downtown Newspaper online.
It's Monday. Not sure how you did it, but you actually survived an entire 2 days without hearing from Tom. Good job to you. And once again, good luck.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Monday, a rainy Monday, but the rain should be getting out of here in about, an hour or so, according to the National Weather Service. So take a few extra minutes to get to wherever you're going because the roads are slick out there in this cloudy Monday. Also, need to tell you about a reported accident or traffic snarl on I-75 South, just south of 200, in between the 200 and Bellevue exits. It's got traffic backed up on I-75 South as far as the eye can see, according to our roving reporter, Joe Martone, who called the situation in. I-75 southbound is at a standstill. So take that into consideration as you are thinking about whatever routes you need to take in and around the Ocala area today. If it includes 75 South, find an alternative route, 441 South or something along those lines to get you where you need to go. Speaking of things that need to get done, we've had this, I don't want to say, shutdown, but it's really been a supply chain mess getting things to and from market, off of supply ships and out of ports, and there's a shortage of truck drivers, and there's a shortage of goods being brought in, and we now see that that's affecting even food banks in our area. Peter Del Toro, he is the First Step Food and Bank director, said he's been doing this for 16 years. I've always seen the supply go up and down, up and down, up and down. Never like this, though. The First Step Food Bank, which provides goods to 44 agencies in Marion County, Peter Del Toro said they're only getting about a third of their normal donations right now. That leaves the organization to have to buy more food at higher prices to meet the ongoing demand. He attributes some of it to the nationwide supply chain disruptions, labor shortages, and inflation. Other food banks and pantries in the Ocala-Marion County area are seeing the same exact issues. First Bank receives foods from grocery stores, Second Harvest Food Bank in Orlando, and other donors. It's seen a drastic decrease across the board, fewer goods in the category of baked, dairy, deli, dry, frozen, produce, meats, refrigerated, and non-food items. Del Toro said, we usually buy a portion of it, but we're buying a lot more now at an unbelievable amount. He said, it's even worse now than it was at the height of the pandemic. and the prices of goods are higher now too, so that it's a double whammy. Yeah, he said we got to have something to give to the pantries to give out. We saw a drop off in demand a couple months ago. Now it's back up. You got the holidays right around the corner. Everybody's worried about where they're going to get their food from. Interfaith Emergency Services was also bare a month ago. That according to Steve Clem, he's the food distribution manager. Interfaith CEO Carla Grimsley wrote in an email, "We assume it's because the stores simply don't have enough of the staples on the shelves and the increased cost may be a factor." She also noted less meat and dairy products being provided by grocery stores through the Feeding America Hunger Relief program. She says managers are telling her and our staff they're not getting full orders of food. They're running out quicker and have less to pass on to the food banks. Now, nonprofits are struggling to keep up with demand. Significant food drives in the past week have helped build its supply back up through January. Interfaith did post on Facebook that Ocala Palms neighborhood donated a truckload of food on Wednesday. On Thursday, the Vanguard High School Key Club donated 6,000 pounds of non-perishable food. But the need continues to increase, especially during the pandemic, and we're still in it, folks. If you don't think we're still in the pandemic, there are people that still aren't able to go to work. There still aren't people, even though people say, oh, everybody's hiring. Yeah, some people, the skill set isn't adequate enough or is too adequate for some of the jobs. So there's still a lot going on as we recover from this pandemic. You may not be feeling it, but the food banks certainly are. The food banks deliver thousands of pounds of food every month to those in need, and it's going out the front door quicker than it's coming in the back door because people need. As you see, grocery stores are not supplying everything as well because they're running out through shortage of supplies. Food banks are feeling the crunch as well. And it's really during the holiday season, you want everybody to experience a nice holiday meal. During the holiday season, it's really important. But, hey, as December approaches and winter approaches, January, usually one of the softer donation months of the year. We learned that from Stacy Causey last week when she was here from the Public Relations Department of the County Commission, that January is really a soft month for donations to food banks and food pantries around our area. So they wanted to remind you about Bring the Harvest Home. Well, guess what? Kathy Bryant, County Commissioner Kathy Bryant, she's going to join us in the next segment to talk about Bring the Harvest Home. She was unable to join us last week. Stacy Causey came, but we'll talk to Kathy Bryant about the food bank shortage. It's really, as people start thinking about green bean casseroles and squash casseroles and corn casseroles and dressing and turkeys, not everybody has the ability to have all of that food at one time on their tables, but they rely on the food banks to help them with holiday meals and just everyday meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Remember, it was said that in Marion County, I think it was something like 14% of all the students in Marion County get fed only by Marion County schools, that they don't have up to 14% of the students in the school system don't have adequate enough nutrition and food supplies in their homes. So they rely on the breakfast and lunch that are supplied by the Marion County school systems. Well, those are the people that use the food banks, the people who can't really, don't have enough to give their children a good meal at home for supper. The food banks are where they turn to get help with that. And right now, all the food banks are drastically short in their supply. So, when you're thinking about this holiday season, if you're out shopping today or tomorrow and you're getting stuff for Thanksgiving off, go ahead and buy, $10 or $15 worth of extra non-perishable items. Buy some boxes of stuffing, some cans of green beans or different cans of items to try to help people that are less fortunate than you during this holiday season. Good morning. You're on the air with Tom on Ocala Talks.
Good morning, Tom. We're talking about the food banks and everything. When I first started working, this was 1962, after I got out of the service, I can remember they had federal food banks opened up where I seen people coming out with full thing of cheese, canned hams, other long-term preserved items. And it just astounded me back then. But I don't see anything like that around today. What happened to our federal government besides nothing? I honestly believe, I'm telling you, read your Declaration of Independence and then read the First, Second, Third, Fifth Amendment, the 25th Amendment, etc. I think you'll be in for a little disappointment there. But anyway, just like I said, the food banks, I know the federal government used to have them years ago.
Well,
now we got, as usual, from the federal government, the increased IRS nonsense.
Yeah. Thanks
Have a happy Thanksgiving.
You too, Sonny. Thanks for the call. There are programs like WIC and SNAP that the federal government still sponsors, plus the food stamp sponsored from the federal government. But food banks help fill the gaps that the federal government woefully are inept at, as Sonny pointed out. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. Kathy Bryant joins us at 9:35 to talk about Bring the Harvest Home. We'll have her on the phone lines at 9:35 talking about Bring the Harvest Home, about this exact problem of the food banks being in short supply. We'll be back after this short timeout. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.